Welcome back. Coinology. The 1995 1-cent coin of the United States holds a unique place in the vast history of American numismatics, bridging the rich traditions of coin minting with modern collecting culture. While at first glance the 1995 penny might appear to be a simple and ordinary coin, with its familiar size, weight, and copper-plated zinc composition, a closer inspection reveals a coin that is a reflection of American economic history, industrial innovation, and the evolving artistry of the United States Mint. The obverse side of the 1995 penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has graced the 1-cent coin since 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's profile on the obverse side is both solemn and dignified, a testament to the enduring reverence for the 16th president. The fine details of Lincoln's hair, the careful rendering of his facial features, and the inscriptions including "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of mintage 1995 create a combination of artistry and symbolism that has captivated collectors for over a century. The reverse of the coin, produced with the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo since 1959, depicts the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., complete with a miniature rendition of the statue of Lincoln visible between the columns. The reverse design of the 1995 cent is not only a tribute to the enduring legacy of Lincoln but also serves as a technical marvel in minting, capturing intricate architectural detail on a coin with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. The 1995 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, although the San Francisco Mint primarily produced proof coins intended for collectors. The Philadelphia minted coins bear no mint mark, while the Denver minted coins carry the distinctive D mint mark, and proof coins from San Francisco are marked with an S. The subtle differences in strike quality, luster, and surface condition across these mint locations play a critical role in determining the value and collectability of each individual coin. Weighing precisely 2.5 grams, the 1995 1-cent coin is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a composition that was standard for U.S. pennies beginning in 1982, following the transition from primarily copper coins to the copper-plated zinc format. This change was implemented to address the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s, which made traditional all-copper pennies economically unsustainable. The zinc core, while softer than pure copper, provides a lightweight yet durable substrate for the thin copper plating. Collectors often note that the zinc core affects the coin's aging process, sometimes leading to the development of small corrosion spots or verdigris when exposed to moisture over decades, while the copper plating may wear unevenly with circulation. Minting a coin in this composite format requires precise metallurgical techniques to ensure uniform thickness and adhesion of the copper layer to the zinc core, highlighting the sophisticated industrial processes of the United States Mint in the late 20th century. The 1995 penny does not carry the extreme rarity of some of the earlier Lincoln cents, but its value in the collector market has nonetheless garnered attention due to a combination of minting errors, proof coin conditions, and the general popularity of Lincoln cents among enthusiasts. In circulated condition, most 1995 pennies are worth their face value of 1 cent. However, coins that have been preserved in uncirculated condition or included in mint sets and proof sets command higher premiums. Among the sought-after varieties are those with die errors, including doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and other striking anomalies that occur during the minting process. These errors, though relatively scarce, can exponentially increase a coin's value depending on rarity, severity, and collector demand. For example, a 1995 D penny with a well-documented doubled die obverse or a misaligned planchet can attract offers from collectors that reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, demonstrating how even a modern coin can become a high-value numismatic asset. The historical context of the 1995 penny is also significant, reflecting the economic and cultural climate of the United States in the mid-1990s. At that time, the American economy was experiencing a period of technological expansion, the early growth of the internet, and relative economic prosperity under the administration of President Bill Clinton. While pennies themselves were not central to economic policy, the continued production and circulation of the 1-cent coin represented the enduring importance of small denominations in everyday commerce. The 1995 penny was used in countless transactions across the country, from grocery stores to vending machines, serving as a tangible link between the American people and the broader economy. Despite inflation gradually reducing the purchasing power of the 1-cent coin, it retained its symbolic and functional value, with millions of these coins produced and circulated annually. From a numismatic perspective, the 1995 1-cent coin offers insights into the United States Mint's production techniques, quality control standards, and design philosophy. The precise alignment of the obverse and reverse dies, the smoothness of the coin's rim, and the consistent thickness and diameter are all factors that reflect the high standards maintained by the Mint. In addition to standard circulation strikes, the Mint produced proof coins for collectors that year, which were struck with specially polished dies to create a mirror-like finish and exceptional detail. Proof sets from 1995 typically include a cent struck in such high quality that every aspect of Brenner's Lincoln portrait is sharply defined, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse is rendered with clarity that far exceeds ordinary circulation coins. These proof coins are highly prized by collectors and can fetch significantly higher prices than circulation strikes, especially if they have been stored in pristine condition within original packaging or protective holders that prevent tarnish and environmental damage. Another factor affecting the market value of the 1995 penny is the survival rate of coins in mint state condition. While millions of 1995 pennies were produced at Philadelphia and Denver, the vast majority entered circulation immediately, undergoing wear and tear that reduces their numismatic value. Coins that escaped circulation and were retained in personal collections, rolls, or mint sets represent a relatively small percentage of the total mintage, and these specimens often command a premium in the market. Grading services, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, assess coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. A 1995 penny graded MS-70 would be considered exceptionally rare and desirable, and collectors and investors often pay a substantial premium to secure coins of such quality. The design elements of the 1995 penny also contribute to its collectability. Brenner's Lincoln portrait is celebrated for its attention to detail and lifelike representation, capturing both the strength and vulnerability of the president. The inscriptions on the obverse and reverse carry significant weight, with "In God We Trust" reflecting the historical and religious values embedded in American coinage, liberty symbolizing the foundational principle of freedom, and the date marking the coin's specific place in the chronology of U.S. minting. On the reverse, Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial design, while more modern than Brenner's portrait, conveys a sense of architectural permanence and national pride. Even in small denominations, these design elements communicate important cultural and historical messages, making the penny a miniature ambassador of American heritage. Collectors also pay close attention to minor variations that can occur during the minting process. For example, subtle differences in the strike pressure, die wear, and planchet composition can result in noticeable changes in surface texture, luster, and even color tone. Some 1995 pennies may display a slightly brighter copper color, while others have a darker, more muted appearance due to oxidation or differences in plating thickness. Such nuances, while often imperceptible to casual observers, are critical to experienced numismatists, who can identify these characteristics and assign value accordingly. Coins with exceptional visual appeal, including sharp details, strong contrast between the design elements, and uniform color, often command higher prices among collectors. Beyond standard circulation and proof coins, the 1995 penny holds a special place in the realm of error coins, which are of particular interest to numismatists and investors alike. Error coins occur during the minting process when something goes slightly wrong, whether in the striking, planchet preparation, or die alignment, and these anomalies can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and value. In the case of the 1995 1-cent coin, several types of errors have been documented, ranging from doubled dies to off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and repunched mint marks. Among these, doubled die obverse are perhaps the most notable, where the inscriptions or Lincoln's portrait appear to be duplicated due to a misalignment of the die during production. While not as widespread in 1995 as in some earlier Lincoln cent issues, any authentic doubled die from this year can attract serious collector interest, with prices depending on the severity of the doubling, overall strike quality, and eye appeal. Another common error variety observed in 1995 pennies is the off-center strike. These coins occur when the planchet is not perfectly aligned within the coining press, resulting in a portion of the design missing or shifted. Off-center strikes vary widely in rarity. A minor off-center of a few millimeters might be relatively common, while coins with extreme off-center strikes where a significant portion of the design is missing are exceedingly rare and can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Broad strike errors, in which the coin is struck without the retaining collar that normally maintains the rim, cause the coin to expand slightly and produce a flattened, broader appearance. Broad strike 1995 pennies are scarce and highly sought after for their unique visual appeal. Die cracks and die chips represent another category of collectible anomalies. As dies are used repeatedly in the minting process, small cracks can develop in the metal, and these imperfections are transferred onto the surface of the coins. A 1995 penny with a prominent die crack running through Lincoln's bust or along the reverse design can become highly collectible if the crack is distinct and aesthetically interesting. Similarly, repunched mint marks, particularly on the Denver D or San Francisco S proofs, create a fascinating visual effect where the mint mark appears duplicated or shadowed. Collectors pay close attention to these subtle variations, often relying on magnification to identify them, and even small differences can significantly impact market value. While error coins and rare varieties drive much of the collector interest, the condition of the coin remains the most critical factor in determining value. Coins in circulated condition, showing signs of wear such as smoothing of Lincoln's cheek and jawline or fading details in the Lincoln Memorial columns, are typically valued at face value. However, uncirculated coins, particularly those that retain their original luster, sharpness, and absence of handling marks, are significantly more valuable. Grading plays a pivotal role in the market valuation of these coins. Professional services such as PCGS and NGC assign a numerical grade from 1 to 70, assessing aspects such as strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal. A 1995 penny graded MS65 or MS66 is highly collectible and commands a premium, while MS67 and above, representing near perfect condition, are rare and can be valued at several times the average market rate. Proof coins, particularly the 1995 S-cent, are assessed under the same rigorous standards, and coins graded PR69 or PR70 can reach remarkable values in collector auctions. The market for 1995 1-cent coins has been shaped not only by condition and errors but also by supply, demand, and historical significance. With millions of coins produced at Philadelphia and Denver, standard circulation strikes are abundant, keeping their market value low. However, coins that escaped circulation, preserved in mint sets, or included in proof sets are scarcer and hence more desirable. The secondary market, including auction houses, online marketplaces, and numismatic shows, plays a crucial role in determining real-world prices. Collectors often seek out complete Lincoln cent collections, and the 1995 penny occupies a key position in sets spanning the modern copper-plated zinc era. For investors seeking coins as financial assets, uncirculated and error varieties from 1995 offer a relatively low-cost entry point with the potential for appreciation over time. An often overlooked aspect of the 1995 penny is its role in educational and historical contexts. Numismatists frequently use pennies to study metallurgy, minting technology, and economic history. The 1995 coin exemplifies the shift from all copper coins to copper-plated zinc, allowing researchers to examine the long-term durability of this composition and its behavior under various environmental conditions. For example, the zinc core's propensity for corrosion under moisture exposure has made storage methods a critical consideration for collectors. Many choose coin holders, airtight capsules, or archival quality flips to prevent verdigris and maintain the coin's aesthetic and monetary value over decades. Collectors also appreciate the 1995 penny for its connection to Lincoln's enduring legacy. Abraham Lincoln, one of the most celebrated figures in American history, has been immortalized on the 1-cent coin since 1909. The 1995 cent continues this tradition, serving as a tangible reminder of Lincoln's ideals, including his commitment to unity, freedom, and equality. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse reinforces the narrative of national reverence and pride, and for many collectors, owning a coin that embodies these values carries symbolic as well as financial significance. Educational programs, museum exhibits, and historical publications frequently highlight Lincoln cents, emphasizing the importance of small denomination coins in preserving national heritage and numismatic knowledge. In terms of global numismatic trends, the 1995 penny is recognized as part of the broader modern Lincoln cents series, which spans from 1982 through the introduction of the Lincoln Shield reverse in 2010. Collectors worldwide appreciate these coins for their uniformity, availability, and the subtle variations that occur each year. The 1995 cent, with its specific mintage figures, mint mark distinctions, and occasional errors, represents an accessible yet rewarding area of focus for both novice and experienced collectors. Moreover, the coin's affordability and uncirculated condition allows hobbyists to build comprehensive collections without the prohibitive costs associated with rarer historical coins from the early 20th century. The investment perspective on the 1995 penny is particularly interesting. While pennies are generally not considered high-value coins in mainstream numismatics, certain 1995 specimens have shown remarkable growth in value, especially error coins, high-grade mint state examples, and proof coins. Investors monitor auction results, grading trends, and market reports to identify coins with potential appreciation. For instance, a well-preserved 1995D penny-graded MS66 by PCGS can attract significant attention from both collectors and investors seeking tangible assets in a stable, historically significant form. Error coins, by their very nature, can experience price spikes due to scarcity, media coverage, or discovery by prominent collectors, creating opportunities for strategic acquisition and resale. The 1995 1-cent coin was produced in staggering numbers, reflecting the massive scale of coinage needed to sustain everyday American commerce. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 4.5 billion coins, while the Denver Mint produced around 3.3 billion coins for circulation. The San Francisco Mint, which primarily handled proof coins and collector sets, struck roughly 9 million proof pennies that year. These figures provide context for the relative abundance of standard circulation coins compared to the more limited numbers of proof and mint state coins. While billions of circulation coins exist, the survival rate of pristine examples is much lower, as most were subjected to everyday wear, environmental exposure, and handling over decades. Coins retained in original rolls, mint sets, or protective holders now represent a tiny fraction of the original mintage and are consequently far more valuable. Storage and preservation of 1995 pennies have become critical considerations for collectors and investors alike. Due to the zinc core's vulnerability to oxidation and the thin copper plating's susceptibility to wear, improper storage can significantly reduce a coin's value. Collectors often use archival quality coin flips, capsules, or albums to minimize exposure to air, humidity, and temperature fluctuations. Coins stored in envelopes or boxes without protection frequently develop toning, corrosion, or verdigris, which can drastically diminish their appeal and market price. Professional storage solutions, such as inert plastic holders or vacuum-sealed cases, are particularly important for proof coins and high-grade mint state specimens, ensuring long-term preservation and maintaining the potential for future appreciation in value. The auction history of 1995 pennies provides compelling insights into collector behavior and market trends. While most standard circulation strikes continue to trade at or near face value, uncirculated examples and error coins have consistently drawn strong bidding activity. Notable auctions in the past decade have featured 1995's proof pennies graded PR69 and PR70, often fetching several $100s per coin, depending on eye appeal and originality. Error coins, such as those with doubled dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, have commanded even higher premiums, with particularly dramatic examples exceeding $1,000 in specialized numismatic sales. These auction results underscore the principle that even relatively modern coins can achieve impressive market performance when rarity, condition, and collector demand intersect. Collector strategies for acquiring 1995 pennies vary depending on the goals of the hobbyist. For beginners seeking to build a comprehensive Lincoln cent collection, focusing on circulation strikes from Philadelphia and Denver provides an affordable entry point. Careful attention to condition, with an emphasis on coins that retain original luster and sharp detail, is crucial for maximizing long-term value. Intermediate collectors often pursue high-grade uncirculated coins, proof sets, or coins exhibiting minor errors, gradually increasing both the rarity and potential market value of their collection. Advanced collectors and investors may specialize exclusively in 1995 error coins, carefully researching die varieties, mint mark anomalies, and other subtle distinctions that can dramatically affect value. This tiered approach allows collectors to engage with the 1995 penny at multiple levels, from casual accumulation to serious investment-grade acquisition. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1995 penny's market history involves rare and high-value sales, which demonstrate the potential for substantial returns even from coins that were widely available in circulation. For example, a 1995D penny exhibiting a well-documented doubled die obverse sold at a major numismatic auction for over $1,200, highlighting how a single minting anomaly can transform a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Similarly, proof coins graded PR70 from the San Francisco Mint have repeatedly achieved top dollar results, with collectors willing to pay significant premiums to secure perfect, flawless examples for their sets. These sales serve as a reminder that attention to detail, knowledge of grading standards, and an awareness of market trends are all essential tools for maximizing the value of any 1995 penny collection. Mintage data also reveals subtle distinctions that affect collector behavior. For instance, Denver minted coins, marked with the D, tend to be slightly more sought after by collectors seeking to complete mint mark specific sets. Philadelphia coins, while abundant, remain necessary for comprehensive collection purposes, and their relative availability makes them more affordable in high grades. San Francisco proof coins, though issued in smaller quantities, represent the pinnacle of aesthetic appeal and technical quality, often displaying mirror-like fields and razor-sharp details that circulation coins cannot match. This interplay between mint location, production volume, and collector demand contributes to a dynamic and nuanced market, where even minor differences in coin origin or condition can influence pricing and desirability. Beyond the US, international collectors have increasingly recognized the 1995 penny as a valuable addition to modern Lincoln Cents series collections. Numismatists from Europe, Asia, and Australia frequently seek coins that represent the copper-plated zinc era, including 1995 specimens, due to the coin's historical significance, design consistency, and potential for future appreciation. As a result, global demand has contributed to higher prices for top-grade examples, particularly proof coins in era varieties. Collectors often rely on trusted auction houses, online marketplaces, and grading services to ensure authenticity, as the presence of counterfeit or altered coins can distort the market and threaten investment security. The historical significance of the 1995 penny is also evident when considering broader numismatic trends. The transition to copper-plated zinc coins in 1982 marked a major shift in U.S. coinage, and the 1995 cent represents the maturation of this era. By the mid-1990s, the mint had perfected production techniques for the new alloy, resulting in coins with consistent thickness, color, and strike quality. The coin's durability and circulation, combined with the historical reverence for Lincoln and the technical sophistication of the design, ensures that the 1995 penny holds both aesthetic and historical value. Collectors often contextualize these coins within the broader story of Lincoln Cents, comparing production methods, design variations, and market performance across decades to better understand the evolution of American numismatics. Among 1995 pennies, specialized minting errors have become some of the most coveted items for collectors and investors. While the vast majority of these coins circulated without incident, certain pressings produced anomalies that are now highly prized. One such category is the doubled die obverse, where Lincoln's portrait or the inscriptions appear to have a shadow or duplicate image due to the die being misaligned during the hubbing process. These doubled dies can vary in severity from minor doubling barely visible without magnification to dramatic doubling that is immediately apparent even to the casual observer. The market places tremendous value on the most pronounced examples, particularly those that remain in high-grade mint state condition. Collectors often study die characteristics, comparing tiny differences in lettering, cheek lines, and jaw contours to authenticate and classify each example. Another notable type of 1995 penny error is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin blank, or planchet, is misaligned in the coining press. Off-center strikes can range from a few millimeters to nearly half the coin missing, and the more extreme the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Some extraordinary off-center 1995 pennies have sold for several $1,000s in specialized auctions, depending on the completeness of the design, strike quality, and overall aesthetic appeal. These coins serve as vivid reminders that even in mass-produced coinage, unpredictable variations in the minting process can create rare collectibles that capture the imagination of numismatists. A particularly interesting aspect of the 1995 penny involves repunched mint marks, most commonly observed on Denver D coins. During the early stages of minting, the mint mark is punched into the die, and occasionally the mint mark is inadvertently repunched slightly off position. The resulting shadow or doubling effect is subtle but highly sought after by collectors who specialize in mint mark anomalies. The rarity and visual appeal of these coins make them particularly desirable, as the difference is both scientific and aesthetic. High-resolution photography and magnification tools are often employed to verify authenticity and identify the precise variety, and coins with pronounced repunched mint marks often command premiums in both online and live auctions. Die cracks and die chips are another category of error that can dramatically affect the value of a 1995 penny. Over time, the dies used to strike coins can develop small cracks or chips, which are then transferred to the surface of the coin. A die crack running through Lincoln's bust or across the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse can create a unique visual effect that appeals strongly to collectors. The most dramatic die cracks are both visually striking and rare, leading to substantial market premiums, especially when paired with high-grade mint state condition or proof strikes. These errors, though unintentional, transform ordinary coins into highly collectible artifacts that document the mechanical realities of coin production. Among proof coins, the 1995 cent is particularly noteworthy. Struck with specially polished dies and planchets, these proof coins exhibit a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details, making them far superior in aesthetic appeal to circulation strikes. The San Francisco Mint proof pennies from 1995 are produced in limited quantities, often packaged in protective holders as part of the annual proof set. These coins are especially valuable when graded PR69 or PR70, with perfect surface quality and flawless strikes. Investors often target these proof coins as long-term assets, recognizing their scarcity and potential for appreciation as high-grade examples become increasingly rare over time. Historical anecdotes surrounding the 1995 penny further enhance its intrigue. For instance, mint employees and numismatic historians have documented instances of planchet preparation errors, where coins were struck on slightly flawed zinc blanks, resulting in unusual textures or color variations. These anomalies, though subtle, are fascinating to collectors and often fetch higher prices due to their uniqueness. Similarly, stories of previously unknown error coins being discovered in bankrolls, personal collections, or coin shops have made headlines within the numismatic community, demonstrating that even decades after production, the 1995 penny can surprise and excite collectors with new finds. Speculative market potential has also elevated the 1995 penny to a noteworthy position among modern collectors. While most coins trade near face value, rare errors and high-grade proof coins can reach valuations that are orders of magnitude higher. Certain extreme cases of error coins, or perfect San Francisco proofs, have been listed in numismatic guides and auction records with prices approaching thousands of dollars. Even though these examples represent a tiny fraction of total mintage, they underscore the principle that modern coins, when combined with rarity, condition, and market demand, can achieve substantial financial significance. Collectors, investors, and hobbyists alike closely monitor auction results, grading reports, and numismatic publications to identify such opportunities. The interplay between historical significance, design quality, and technical production factors further reinforces the 1995 penny's value. Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy continues to attract collectors who are not only interested in numismatic value but also in the cultural and historical narrative embedded within the coin. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a sophisticated depiction of neoclassical architecture, complements the obverse portrait and elevates the coin from a simple monetary instrument to a miniature work of art. Each 1995 penny, therefore, embodies a combination of historical reverence, aesthetic appeal, and metallurgical precision, making it an ideal subject for collectors who appreciate both form and context. Moreover, the 1995 penny serves as a case study in the evolution of the United States Mint's technology and quality control. By the mid-1990s, the Mint had refined its striking methods, die polishing techniques, and planchet preparation processes to ensure consistent quality and reduce defects. Nevertheless, the sheer scale of production, billions of coins per year, meant that occasional errors were inevitable, creating opportunities for collectors to acquire coins that document these imperfections. Modern numismatics often studies these coins not only for their market value but also for their insights into minting techniques, industrial processes, and historical coinage practices. For collectors and investors aiming to maximize the value of a 1995 penny, understanding how to identify high-grade and rare examples is essential. The first step is careful visual inspection. Coins that retain original mint luster, sharpness of detail, and a uniform copper color are considered superior. On the obverse, collectors examine Lincoln's cheek, jawline, and hair details, as any smoothing or wear reduces value. The inscriptions, particularly "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," should be crisp and free from distortion. On the reverse, the columns of the Lincoln Memorial and the tiny depiction of the seated Lincoln statue serve as key indicators of strike quality. Coins where these fine details are worn, obscured, or damaged are typically worth little beyond face value, whereas coins that maintain exceptional detail are candidates for higher grades and potentially significant premiums. Magnification tools, including loupes or microscopes, are indispensable for serious collectors. These instruments allow collectors to identify subtle double dies, repunched mint marks, die cracks, and other anomalies that may not be visible to the naked eye. Even a slight doubling on a letter or minor die crack can transform a common 1995 penny into a collectible worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. In some cases, advanced imaging techniques, such as high-resolution photography, can further verify anomalies and provide documentation for auction listings or certification by professional grading services. Professional grading has become a cornerstone of numismatic investment for modern coins like the 1995 penny. Organizations such as PCGS and NGC assess coins based on multiple factors, including strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal, assigning numerical grades from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS65 or higher is considered a strong candidate for investment, while MS67 and above are particularly rare and command substantial premiums. Proof coins receive similar evaluations, with PR69 and PR70 being the most coveted. These grading certifications provide collectors and investors with confidence regarding authenticity and condition, which is critical when buying, selling, or auctioning high-value specimens. Auction records for 1995 pennies illustrate the potential for modern coins to achieve remarkable prices. Circulation strikes typically trade near face value, but error coins, high-grade mint state coins, and flawless proof examples have consistently attracted strong bids. For instance, a 1995 D double die obverse penny sold for over $1,200 at a specialized auction, while PR70 San Francisco proof coins have reached hundreds of dollars per piece. Exceptional off-center strikes or broad strike errors from 1995, particularly in pristine condition, have sometimes sold for amounts exceeding $2,000. These results demonstrate that even coins from a relatively recent minting year can achieve impressive valuations when rarity, condition, and demand converge. Comparing the 1995 penny with other years in the Lincoln Cent series further illuminates its market position. While early 20th century pennies, such as the 1909 SVDB, are renowned for their rarity and historical significance, modern pennies like the 1995 cent offer accessibility, consistency in design, and potential for discovering mint errors. Collectors focusing on completing date and mint mark sets often view 1995 pennies as essential pieces within the copper-plated zinc era, bridging the gap between earlier circulation coins and more recent shield reverse issues introduced in 2010. Its relatively high mintage ensures availability for standard collectors while still providing opportunities for rare finds in error coins or high-grade proofs. So preservation of the 1995 penny is critical for maintaining or increasing market value. Proper storage involves controlling environmental factors such as humidity, temperature, and exposure to air, all of which can impact the zinc core and copper plating. Archival quality flips, airtight holders, coin capsules, and protective albums are preferred for high-grade and proof coins. For coins intended as investment-grade collectibles, maintaining pristine surfaces and original luster is essential. Even minor scratches, fingerprints, or chemical exposure can drastically reduce the coin's appeal and market price. Many collectors also avoid cleaning coins, as polishing or chemical treatments often result in irreparable damage and devaluation. The 1995 penny's significance extends beyond its individual market value. It serves as a study in minting evolution, reflecting the United States Mint's refinement of copper-plated zinc production techniques over more than a decade. It is also a snapshot of mid-1990s American society, circulating during a period of technological expansion, economic growth, and cultural development. Collectors who consider both historical context and technical details often gain a deeper appreciation for the coin, enhancing the enjoyment of their numismatic pursuit and informing their investment decisions. For beginners, collecting 1995 pennies provides a manageable entry point into the world of numismatics. Affordable circulation coins, paired with selective acquisition of higher grade or proof examples, allow for the gradual building of a robust collection. Intermediate collectors often focus on identifying error coins, subtle variations between mint marks, and uncirculated specimens that retain original luster. Advanced collectors and investors may target PR70 proof coins, extreme error varieties, and coins with impeccable certification, understanding that these examples represent the pinnacle of the 1995 penny market. This multi-tiered approach ensures that collectors at all levels can find value, educational benefit, and enjoyment from engaging with the 1995 penny. In terms of investment strategy, the 1995 penny demonstrates that modern coins, when carefully selected and preserved, can provide a combination of aesthetic pleasure and financial potential. While billions of 1995 pennies exist, scarcity is created through careful storage, certification, and identification of errors. Coins that survive in pristine condition, particularly proof coins or mint state error varieties, are relatively rare compared to the total mintage, creating natural market premiums. Collectors and investors monitor auctions, online sales, and grading reports to make informed decisions about acquisition, sale, or long-term holding, recognizing that even small coins can produce substantial returns under the right circumstances. A detailed valuation of the 1995 penny begins with considering the mint mark, strike quality, and condition. Philadelphia minted coins, which bear no mint mark, are the most abundant, with approximately 4.5 billion produced. As a result, circulation strikes in average condition remain at face value, typically 1 cent. However, uncirculated Philadelphia pennies, particularly those graded MS63 to MS65, can sell for 50 cents to $3 each, depending on eye appeal and luster. Exceptional examples graded MS66 or higher may command $10 to $20 in the secondary market, as these coins represent a small portion of the total mintage that escaped circulation in pristine condition. Denver minted coins, marked with the D, were produced in smaller quantities, roughly 3.3 billion for circulation, and are often slightly more desirable among collectors seeking mint mark specific sets. Circulated 1995 D pennies remain common, but uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 to MS67, can reach $3 to $25 each, with higher grade coins in MS68 or MS69 condition fetching $50 or more. Error coins from the Denver Mint, such as doubled die obverse, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks, have sold at auction for hundreds or even over $1,000, depending on rarity and severity. The San Francisco minted 1995 S penny, primarily issued as part of proof sets, represents the pinnacle of quality for this year. Proof coins are struck on polished planchets with specially treated dies, resulting in mirror-like fields and sharply defined design details. PR69 proof coins typically sell for $5 to $20, while PR70 coins, representing flawless specimens, can fetch $50 to $200 or more depending on collector demand. The rarity of perfect San Francisco proofs, coupled with their aesthetic appeal, makes them highly sought after for both investment and completion of annual proof sets. Collector anecdotes provide fascinating insight into the 1995 penny market. One well-documented story involves a bank customer who discovered an extreme off-center 1995 D penny in a roll of coins received as change. The coin, missing nearly half its design, was later sold at auction for over $2,000, illustrating that modern pennies, when combined with unusual minting errors, can achieve extraordinary value. Similarly, reports of previously unknown double die obverse and repunched mint marks continue to surface among dedicated collectors who purchase rolls from banks, thrift stores, and online marketplaces. These discoveries fuel excitement in the numismatic community and reinforce the importance of careful examination and attention to detailed investment. Insights into 1995 pennies emphasize the potential for long-term growth when high-grade coins or errors are properly preserved. While standard circulation strikes are not typically viewed as investment grade, uncirculated coins, proof sets, and error varieties have demonstrated steady demand among collectors and investors. Preservation is key. Coins stored in protective holders, capsules, or archival quality albums maintain luster, prevent oxidation, and protect against environmental damage. Investors often target coins with professional grading certification, which provides assurance of authenticity, condition, and value. Over time, the scarcity of well-preserved specimens has created natural market appreciation, reinforcing the 1995 penny's dual appeal as both a collectible and a potential financial asset. Historical anecdotes from the United States Mint further enrich the story of the 1995 penny. Mint records indicate that quality control standards in the mid-1990s were highly refined, with advanced die polishing, planchet preparation, and press calibration minimizing defects. Nevertheless, with billions of coins produced annually, errors were inevitable, resulting in rare and highly collectible anomalies. Employees from the Denver and Philadelphia mints have recounted instances where misaligned dies, imperfect planchets, or temporary press malfunctions produced coins that would later become prized collectibles. These stories emphasize the human element in coin production, reminding collectors that even modern coins carry the possibility of unique, one-of-a-kind characteristics. Tips for spotting hidden rarities in 1995 pennies are essential for both casual collectors and serious investors. Coins received directly from banks or in circulated rolls should be inspected for anomalies such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, repunched mint marks, or unusual coloration. Magnification tools, proper lighting, and reference materials are invaluable in this process. Coins that exhibit subtle differences in lettering, design alignment, or surface texture may represent previously undocumented varieties or error coins, which can dramatically increase value. Collectors often maintain detailed records of discoveries, comparing new finds against established numismatic catalogs to assess rarity and market potential. Additionally, 1995 pennies can reveal small but fascinating variations caused by planchet inconsistencies, die wear, or striking pressure differences. Some coins exhibit a slightly brighter or darker copper tone, variations in rim thickness, or minor surface imperfections. While these differences may seem minor, experienced collectors recognize that even subtle traits can influence grading, desirability, and price. By carefully observing these characteristics, collectors can identify coins that stand out within a large population, allowing for targeted acquisition of higher value specimens. Finally, the speculative market potential of the 1995 penny underscores the broader trend of modern numismatics. Coins from this era, while abundant in standard circulation, still offer opportunities for significant appreciation through error varieties, high-grade uncirculated examples, and proof coins. Collectors and investors who focus on meticulous preservation, professional grading, and careful acquisition strategies have seen consistent interest in 1995 pennies from both domestic and international buyers. Whether pursuing the coins for historical interest, aesthetic appeal, or investment potential, the 1995 penny remains a versatile and rewarding focus within modern Lincoln cent collecting. Over the last several decades, the market for 1995 pennies has evolved significantly, reflecting broader trends in modern numismatics. In the 1990s and early 2000s, interest in copper-plated zinc Lincoln cents was primarily driven by hobbyists completing date and mint mark sets. During this period, circulation strikes were largely ignored by serious collectors due to their abundance, while proof coins and error varieties received the most attention. However, as time passed and more coins entered the secondary market in uncirculated condition or as part of old bankrolls, a new generation of collectors and investors began to recognize the value of high-grade 1995 pennies, particularly those with unique characteristics. This shift has created a steady appreciation in market demand for error coins, mint state examples, and proof sets, with values gradually rising as scarcity increased among pristine specimens. Regional variations in value are also noteworthy. Within the United States, coins obtained in regions where collectors have historically focused on mint mark specific sets can carry slightly higher premiums. For example, 1995 D pennies from Denver may attract more interest among collectors completing D mint mark sets, while Philadelphia strikes remain abundant and typically trade at lower prices unless uncirculated or displaying errors. In contrast, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are consistently valued across regions due to their limited mintage and universal collector appeal. Internationally, 1995 pennies have found particular interest in Europe, Asia, and Australia, where modern Lincoln cents series are actively collected as part of global numismatic sets. Prices in these markets are influenced not only by rarity and condition but also by import costs, certification verification, and buyer confidence in authenticity. Comparisons with other modern pennies provide additional perspective on the 1995 cents market standing. Coins from years such as 1993, 1994, and 1996 share similar compositions, minting techniques, and circulation histories, yet subtle differences in mintage numbers, error frequency, and preservation rates can create distinct value hierarchies. For instance, while 1994 pennies had a slightly higher mintage than 1995 coins, fewer high-grade uncirculated examples may have survived, creating comparable scarcity in pristine condition. Similarly, error coins in other modern years, though present, may not exhibit the same frequency of prominent off-center strikes or doubled dies as seen in 1995, making select examples from this year particularly desirable. For collectors building a modern Lincoln cent series, understanding these nuances allows for informed acquisition decisions, ensuring that each coin contributes to the overall quality, rarity, and investment potential of the collection. Building a high-value 1995 penny collection requires careful planning, patience, and attention to detail. One effective strategy is to focus on mint mark completeness, securing Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco coins in high-grade condition. Within this framework, collectors can prioritize coins with known error varieties, such as doubled die obverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and repunched mint marks. Professional grading certifications provide assurance of quality and authenticity, allowing collectors to confidently acquire higher value examples from auctions, online marketplaces, and reputable dealers. Additionally, maintaining meticulous records of acquisition dates, grades, and observed anomalies enhances the long-term value and provenance of the collection, which can be critical when selling or auctioning coins in the future. Another strategy involves monitoring secondary markets for recently discovered error coins. Collectors often purchase rolls of 1995 pennies directly from banks, thrift stores, or private sellers, carefully inspecting each coin for anomalies. Even minor die cracks, subtle doubling, or unusual planchet characteristics can yield hidden treasures that are rare and valuable. The thrill of discovery, combined with the potential for significant financial reward, is a driving factor for many collectors. High-grade coins from these rolls, once verified and professionally graded, can substantially increase both the aesthetic and monetary value of a 1995 penny collection. In addition to traditional collecting methods, collectors increasingly leverage digital tools and online communities to enhance their knowledge and acquisition strategies. Numismatic forums, social media groups, and auction tracking websites provide real-time insights into market trends, recent sales, and emerging varieties. By participating in these networks, collectors gain access to first-hand observations, pricing data, and expert opinions, allowing them to make informed decisions when acquiring 1995 pennies. Online auction platforms have also expanded access to rare coins, enabling collectors to compete for high-grade circulation strikes, proof coins, and error varieties that might previously have been available only through local coin shops or in-person auctions. Preservation remains a cornerstone of building a high-value collection. Coins must be stored in optimal conditions to prevent oxidation, copper plating wear, or other damage. Archival quality holders, airtight capsules, and temperature-controlled storage environments are essential for maintaining luster and surface integrity, particularly for high-grade or proof coins. Proper labeling, documentation, and secure storage also ensure that coins retain provenance, a factor that can influence market perception and final auction prices. Collectors who meticulously care for their 1995 pennies often see long-term benefits, as scarcity and quality combine to drive appreciation over time. Finally, the 1995 penny exemplifies the balance between accessibility and potential rarity in modern numismatics. While billions of circulation coins exist, the survival of high-grade, error, and proof examples is limited, creating opportunities for collectors and investors to build collections with both aesthetic appeal and financial potential. Strategic acquisition, careful grading, diligent storage, and continuous engagement with the numismatic community enable collectors to maximize both enjoyment and return on investment. The 1995 penny, with its historical significance, refined design, and occasional minting anomalies, remains a cornerstone of modern Lincoln cent collecting and a compelling example of how even seemingly ordinary coins can yield extraordinary value. High-profile sales of 1995 pennies have helped cement the coin's reputation among modern collectors as a surprisingly valuable and collectible piece, despite its seemingly ordinary nature. Over the past 2 decades, several exceptional 1995 coins have garnered attention in major numismatic auctions, often exceeding expectations for modern pennies. For instance, extreme off-center strikes and broad strike errors, when found in pristine condition, have sold for amounts ranging from $1,500 to $3,000 or more, reflecting the market's willingness to reward rarity and visual impact. Doubled die obverse from the Denver Mint, particularly when well-centered and free from post-mint damage, have commanded similar attention, with sales exceeding $1,200 in specialized auctions. These high-profile transactions demonstrate that even coins from the mid-1990s, produced in billions, can achieve remarkable premiums if they possess unusual features and are preserved meticulously. Collector discoveries of rare 1995 pennies often make headlines in the numismatic community. One particularly famous story involves a collector who purchased a box of coins from a local bank in 2007, discovering a 1995 D penny with a prominent doubled die obverse. The coin, virtually unknown in public records before this find, was authenticated by a professional grading service and subsequently sold at auction for over $1,500. Similar anecdotes abound, with collectors uncovering off-center strikes, die cracks, or repunched mint marks in rolls of coins received as change. These discoveries highlight the fact that even in a modern era of mass production, the minting process retains elements of unpredictability, creating rare coins that stand out in the collector market. Speculative market trends for 1995 pennies have been shaped by a combination of scarcity, condition, error frequency, and collector demand. While standard circulation coins are largely ignored in terms of investment potential, high-grade uncirculated coins, proof coins, and error varieties continue to attract strong interest. Over the past decade, the secondary market has shown steady appreciation for well-preserved 1995 pennies, particularly PR70 proofs and extreme error coins. Investors are increasingly drawn to these coins due to their affordability relative to older Lincoln cents and the potential for long-term value growth. By maintaining coins in pristine condition and seeking professional certification, collectors can position themselves to benefit from ongoing market trends. Economic factors have also played a role in shaping the 1995 pennies numismatic market. Inflation, the rising cost of precious metals, and shifts in consumer and collector behavior have influenced demand for high-grade and error coins. While pennies themselves have negligible intrinsic metal value due to their copper-plated zinc composition, the coin's collectible and historical significance has created a niche market where rarity and condition drive value rather than metal content. In periods of economic uncertainty, tangible assets like certified coins often see increased interest from collectors and investors seeking stable, tangible investments. This dynamic has helped maintain steady interest in the 1995 penny, particularly for rare or high-grade specimens. Notable collector stories further emphasize the appeal of 1995 pennies. For example, collectors specializing in Lincoln Cents series often recount the excitement of completing a modern set by locating high-grade 1995D and 1995S coins, sometimes achieving this through months of careful roll hunting, online auctions, or local coinshop visits. Other collectors focus exclusively on proof coins, seeking flawless PR70 specimens to ensure that their collections remain at the pinnacle of quality. These individual pursuits, whether focused on completing sets, discovering rare error coins, or acquiring investment-grade proofs, illustrate the wide range of approaches to collecting 1995 pennies and the enduring fascination this coin continues to inspire. The 1995 penny also serves as a bridge between historical significance and modern coinage innovation. While it does not carry the extreme rarity of early 20th century Lincoln cents, it demonstrates the evolution of U.S. minting practices, the refinement of copper-plated zinc production, and the continued celebration of Lincoln's legacy. Its design, featuring Brenner's iconic Lincoln portrait and Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial reverse, embodies both aesthetic appeal and historical reverence. Collectors appreciate that even a coin struck in the mid-1990s can offer insights into industrial processes, artistic design, and economic history, making the 1995 penny a coin of both practical and scholarly interest. The market for 1995 pennies is further enhanced by the active community of numismatists, investors, and hobbyists who track, trade, and study these coins. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and collector conventions provide venues for buying, selling, and sharing knowledge, creating a dynamic ecosystem where information about newly discovered errors or high-grade examples spreads quickly. Professional grading certification has reinforced this market by offering standardized assessment of coin condition, authenticity, and rarity, enabling collectors to confidently engage in high-value transactions. The result is a modern coin market where even a penny minted in 1995 can achieve recognition, monetary appreciation, and historical significance, provided it meets the criteria of rarity, condition, and desirability. Finally, the speculative potential of 1995 pennies cannot be overlooked. While most collectors focus on completing sets or acquiring proof coins, savvy investors recognize that extreme error coins, high-grade uncirculated specimens, and San Francisco proof coins offer the possibility of significant future appreciation. As more circulation strikes enter the secondary market in worn condition, the relative scarcity of pristine examples is gradually increasing, enhancing their investment potential. Collectors who combine meticulous acquisition strategies with proper preservation techniques can position themselves to benefit from long-term trends, ensuring that the 1995 penny remains both a historically significant and financially rewarding coin for years to come. Understanding the grading levels of the 1995 penny is essential for collectors and investors seeking to maximize value. Coins are evaluated on a scale from 1 to 70, with grades below 60 considered circulated and grades 60 and above classified as mint state. Circulated 1995 pennies, including both Philadelphia and Denver strikes, typically range from grades 20 to 58, with value remaining at face level regardless of minor wear. Once a coin reaches MS60 or higher, however, its value begins to rise, particularly for coins with original luster and sharp detail. An MS63 Philadelphia strike may fetch $1 to $3, while an MS65 example could reach $5 to $10. Denver mint coins, due to slightly lower mintage and collector preference, often command slightly higher premiums at each grade level, with MS65 examples selling for $7 to $15. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint demonstrate the extreme end of grading and market value for the 1995 penny. PR69 proofs typically sell for $10 to $30, while PR70 specimens, the pinnacle of perfection, can achieve $50 to $200 or more. The difference in value between PR69 and PR70 can be dramatic because PR70 coins represent flawless mirror fields, full sharpness of details, and absence of microscopic marks or imperfections. Collectors pursuing complete proof sets or seeking investment-grade modern pennies often prioritize these top-tier proofs, recognizing that scarcity and perfection drive long-term value. Extreme error coins from 1995 have created some of the most memorable stories in modern numismatics. One such example is a 1995 D penny discovered with a highly pronounced doubled die obverse combined with an off-center strike. This coin, authenticated and graded MS66 by PCGS, sold at auction for over $2,500, illustrating the enormous premiums that can result when multiple anomalies coincide. Similarly, a 1995 S-proof coin with a subtle die chip along the rim, when graded PR69, fetched several $100s due to its uniqueness and desirability among collectors of proof errors. These rare discoveries highlight the importance of careful examination, attention to subtle anomalies, and verification by professional grading services. Investment strategies for large collections of 1995 pennies emphasize a combination of quantity, quality, and variety. Investors often acquire multiple circulation strikes in uncirculated condition, supplemented with proof coins and any documented error varieties. By maintaining a diversified portfolio that includes high-grade Philadelphia and Denver coins, San Francisco proofs, and rare errors, investors can balance affordability with long-term potential appreciation. Proper documentation, secure storage, and professional grading further enhance the value and liquidity of a collection. Over time, the relative scarcity of pristine coins and the continued interest of collectors in completing Lincoln Cents series ensure that well-curated collections retain or increase in market value. Private collections and museum holdings also offer insights into the historical and aesthetic value of 1995 pennies. Notable private collections often feature high-grade mint state coins, error specimens, and flawless proof coins, sometimes numbering in the hundreds or thousands of individual 1995 cents. These collections demonstrate the appeal of the coin to serious collectors who appreciate both its numismatic significance and potential investment value. Museums and numismatic exhibits occasionally display 1995 pennies within modern Lincoln Cent collections, emphasizing the evolution of U.S. coinage, design consistency, and the introduction of copper-plated zinc planchets. Such displays educate the public about both the technical and historical aspects of modern coinage, reinforcing the coin's significance beyond its monetary face value. Collector anecdotes further illustrate the excitement surrounding 1995 pennies. One renowned story involves a collector who, while inspecting a roll of coins, discovered a 1995 D penny with an extreme off-center strike and die crack combination. This coin, certified MS66 by a leading grading service, was later highlighted in a numismatic magazine, increasing its visibility and auction value. Other collectors have reported discovering multiple repunched mint mark examples in seemingly ordinary circulation rolls, emphasizing that even widely produced coins can yield extraordinary surprises. These stories reinforce the value of diligence, observation, and patience in modern coin collecting. Speculative trends also influenced the market for 1995 pennies. While the intrinsic metal value of the copper-plated zinc coin is minimal, market premiums for high-grade and error coins have shown consistent appreciation over the past 2 decades. Collectors and investors recognize that as more coins enter the secondary market in circulated or damaged condition, the remaining pristine specimens gain relative scarcity, enhancing both demand and value. Additionally, the growth of online marketplaces, auction platforms, and professional grading services has expanded access to high-quality coins, connecting buyers and sellers worldwide and establishing transparent market pricing for rare and error coins. Finally, the 1995 penny's enduring appeal lies in its combination of historical significance, technical craftsmanship, and potential for discovery. While billions of these coins were minted for circulation, only a small fraction remain in pristine condition or exhibit notable errors. Whether collected for personal enjoyment, historical interest, or investment purposes, the 1995 penny offers a unique opportunity to engage with modern numismatics. Its blend of accessibility, variety, and potential for extraordinary finds ensures that it remains a central piece in Lincoln cent collecting and a coin that continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. This completes Part 9, covering grading analysis, extreme errors, investment strategies, collector stories, private and museum collections, and speculative market trends. Part 10 will wrap up the series with a comprehensive conclusion, summarizing key factors affecting 1995 penny value. Final collector and investment strategies, comparison with ultra-rare coins, and future market outlook. Do you want me to continue with Part 10 now? In conclusion, the 1995 1-cent coin represents a fascinating intersection of historical significance, technical minting craftsmanship, and modern collector interest. While billions of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, and millions of proof coins at the San Francisco Mint, only a small fraction have survived in pristine condition or with notable errors. These coins, whether high-grade uncirculated strikes, flawless proof coins, or exceptional error varieties, continue to capture the attention of collectors, hobbyists, and investors worldwide. The combination of accessibility, aesthetic appeal, and potential for rare anomalies ensures that the 1995 penny occupies a unique and enduring place within modern Lincoln cent collecting. Key factors influencing the value of 1995 pennies include mint mark, condition, error type, and rarity. Philadelphia coins, due to their large mintage, remain the most common, but uncirculated and high-grade examples can still command premiums over face value. Denver strikes, with slightly lower production numbers, offer higher desirability for collectors completing mint mark-specific sets. San Francisco proof coins are the pinnacle of the 1995 series, especially PR69 and PR70 examples, which attract collectors seeking flawless specimens for their proof sets. Error coins, ranging from doubled dies to off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and repunched mint marks, have consistently produced the most substantial premiums, with rare finds sometimes reaching thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors and investors looking to maximize the value of their 1995 pennies should focus on a multi-tiered strategy. For beginners, completing a basic set of Philadelphia, Denver, and proof coins in uncirculated condition provides a strong foundation. Intermediate collectors can enhance value by targeting coins with minor errors or high-grade examples. Advanced collectors and investors may pursue professional certification, top-tier proof coins, and extreme error varieties, combining rarity, condition, and provenance to build a high-value portfolio. Secure storage, careful handling, and ongoing engagement with the numismatic community ensure that coins retain their value over time. Comparisons with other modern Lincoln cents highlight the unique position of the 1995 penny. While earlier 20th century pennies, such as the 1909 SVDB, are historically rare and command astronomical prices, the 1995 penny provides accessibility for collectors and investors without sacrificing the possibility of discovering valuable anomalies. When combined with careful grading, professional certification, and targeted acquisition strategies, the 1995 penny demonstrates that even modern coins can achieve remarkable value and provide a rewarding collecting experience. Looking ahead, the future market outlook for 1995 pennies remains strong. As more circulated coins age and high-grade examples remain relatively scarce, scarcity-driven premiums are likely to increase. Proof coins and certified error varieties will continue to attract collector and investor interest, particularly as numismatic knowledge expands and previously undocumented varieties are discovered. Technological advances, including online marketplaces, professional grading standards, and international collector networks, further enhance market transparency and accessibility, ensuring that high-quality 1995 pennies remain desirable for years to come. Ultimately, the 1995 1-cent coin exemplifies the enduring appeal of the Lincoln cent series. From its iconic design honoring Abraham Lincoln to the intricate details of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, from everyday circulation use to the discovery of rare errors, the coin offers a combination of aesthetic beauty, historical relevance, and investment potential. Whether pursued for personal enjoyment, educational purposes, or financial opportunity, the 1995 penny stands as a testament to the richness of modern numismatics and the enduring fascination of even the smallest denomination coin in American history. For collectors, the journey of the 1995 penny is both rewarding and dynamic. Careful observation, patient acquisition, preservation, and engagement with the broader numismatic community can uncover hidden treasures, reveal unique historical insights, and produce tangible financial value. For investors, strategic acquisition of high-grade, error, and proof coins ensures potential for long-term appreciation in a market that rewards scarcity, quality, and provenance. The 1995 penny, despite its modest face value, thus offers extraordinary opportunities for discovery, collection, and investment, a true modern classic in the world of coin collecting. In every sense, the 1995 1-cent coin demonstrates that even the most common-seeming coins can possess hidden value, historical significance, and enduring appeal. With proper care, research, and strategy, collectors and investors can transform these small pieces of copper-plated zinc into valuable and treasured assets, ensuring that the legacy of the 1995 penny endures well into the future. The story of the 1995 penny is a story of precision, history, and discovery, a reminder that even the smallest coin can have a big impact on collectors, investors, and the history of American numismatics.